In this lesson, we're going to discuss how to complete your Kelle guide for your marketing profile, which should be really easy to do because if we've correctly filled out our marketing profile, most of the information from that marketing profile will be pulled into the Kelle guide, so we won't need to do that a second time. So we're going to access the Kelle guide from the same spot that our marketing profile is in. So after we log in to agent.kw.com, we are going to go to settings, which we know that to access by clicking our name. If we've completed our marketing profile, our picture should be there now instead of that little ghost image. And you will now be able to either click your picture or the name that you have up here. I'm going to drop down to settings, and we're going to find the gear icon and click that. And this will take us to our settings page. Now, when we get to settings, we're going to go back to the marketing profile, which we find under Connect Settings. So we're going to click the arrow to drop down to Connect Settings. And once we get that, we are going to click Marketing Profile. Now, when we get to Marketing Profile, in the top right-hand corner, we're going to see Marketing Profile Kelle Guide, and so we're going to want to click that. And as we click the profile, it brings us into the Kelle Guide, which gives us a little bit of what we should expect out of this guide. Making sure that we've completed our marketing profile, we'll be able to activate our smart plans, and then we can review and confirm that we are doing what we want to be doing. So to get started, we're just going to click the button that says Get Started. And then this will take us into the guide. So we have a preview over here that we can see as we're completing this. And the wizard is actually on the side here. So we can see that we got to complete a branded header. We need to complete the About section, make sure that our social media links are set up, and our legal footer. We can skip to any of these sections just by clicking onto the arrow, or we can click the Start button to begin the first stage, which will be our branded header. So we're going to click where it says Start to begin completing the wizard or the guide, and that takes us into our branded header. So the first thing that we're going to see is if we want to change our team logo, we can either remove the photo. So this is the team logo here. We can either remove that or upload a new one. Again, if we've created the Kelle guide, or excuse me, the marketing profile in the last section, that should automatically be put in there, as should the information that we have down here. So it asks for our first name, our last name, our team name, and our website. In addition to that, if we scroll down, we can see that we can either go backwards or next. Now we can see in real time how that's going to translate or look up onto the top here. So when all this looks good, we're just going to click next, and that'll take us to the next section. Now the next section is the About Me section. Again, you need to have a photo as it's required. We've got the red asterisk there. That again should have been pulled over from completing your marketing profile. If you want to change that photo, you can do that from the guide here. I would suggest when you're making changes, do it on the marketing profile, unless for some reason you want this to be different than some other things that you do. But if you change it on the marketing profile, then it's going to populate in every place, not just in these guides. So you can upload a new photo, remove an old photo, and then you have your DBA logo. We need to make sure, again, that we are complying with state requirements. So if when you're getting your DBA logo, again, I would strongly suggest you reach out to your market center to make sure that you're getting the DBA logo that is going to be state compliant. And then you have the ability in the guide to upload a new one or remove an old one if that's incorrect. But again, I would make sure that I upload that in the marketing profile, not the Kelle guide. Make sure that your agent license number is correct, that your broker's license number is correct, your office phone, your email address, your mobile phone number, your market center name. You can select your market center name. I belong to multiple market centers, so I'm not putting anything in for my particular one here. And then your bio should be pulled over from the marketing profile, so that should be entered in there as well too, as well as your credentials. Now, one thing I want to point out is this preview section kind of cuts off some of the information here. So like you can see where it says stock, and then it has the ton over here, or the profit, right? And it cuts off prop, and it puts an it over here, and then snowboard kind of puts snow and then board down over here. Some people look at this and think, hey, this doesn't look right. I don't like the way this looks. This is kind of messed up. Uh, what this is doing, again, it's not showing the whole website because we have this Kelle Guide box over here, so it kind of condenses this, and so it cuts off some of the lines here. Now this is just a preview mode, so it's not going, your website or your landing pages aren't going to look like this. Once you save this and you go to create a landing page or a website, it will basically show the full page because this won't be there, and this will be formatted correctly. So don't worry about it if this doesn't look right. It's kind of supposed to look like this. So once we're done with everything over here, we can click Next. And then this is going to take us to the social media section, or adding our social media links. And so we'll put in every link for social media that we want to put in addition to our app. So again, this should have been done on the marketing profile. You shouldn't really have to do anything here. Once our social media links are put in, we can click Next. And then we have our legal footer here. Again, reach out to your market center to make sure that you're putting in what's going to be compliant with your state so that you get the right things in there, because you don't want to get into a situation where you're not compliant with state laws and then you get your association coming after you. So once we're done with the legal footer, we're going to click Next. And then this is basically going to confirm that we have MailJet connected, so that when we create our marketing snaps or our monthly neighborhood nurtures, that the reply to comes back correctly. If you have not yet entered in your MailJet information, which you should have as you've completed that section in this course, but if for some reason it's not in there, you can click Edit, and then you can add the email address in there for the MailJet requirement. In addition to that, if you have a Twilio account, it should say that you're connected here. If you have not, then it's just going to say that your Twilio account is not connected. Now, one of the things for the smart plans is some people are like, if a smart plan has an SMS piece to it and I don't have a Twilio account connected, what happens? Because the text message won't be automated. What will happen is that basically any text message feature on a smart plan, if you don't have Twilio connected, it's going to just send you a reminder to send out a text from your phone rather than utilizing Twilio. So you'll still have the ability to complete the smart plan as it's designed. It just the text message portion of it won't be automated if you do not have a Twilio account set up. Once you've confirmed these, you can click Next or Continue. And then that's going to take you to a list of the smart plans that are currently available to us. Now on this page, I want to show you a couple things really quick before we move on. A lot of people get to the smart plans and they want to know what the steps of the smart plans are. On any of these smart plans where it says View Step in the left corner of each of these boxes, I can click the arrow, and that's going to give me a drop down of everything that's going to happen for that smart plan. And then you can do that for any of these as well. If I want to add some contacts directly from this page to a smart plan, if I know the specific people I want to add on this page, I can add them directly, or you can go into the individual contact card and add a smart plan from the contact card as well. So what that looks like, if I click Add Contacts, it's going to give me a list of the different people that I have available in my contacts. So I could search by name. And this is going to show me that this person is already connected to this particular plan. If I wanted to add this person to it, I can click the box there, click add to smart plan, and then that would put them in there as well. I could search for people by tags, or like I said, when I can go into the individual contact card and add them in individually. So you could do it a lot at once by doing it on this page, or you can go in to each individual's contact and do it that way as well. And then same thing over here. If I want to add contacts, I can either click this box here, or I can click the little person here, and then that brings up the same box. Once I've done that, I can click next. This is giving me a summary of the smart plans that I have enabled, and then I can click continue to finish up. So I'm going to click continue, and it gives us a little bit of information on some of the things that we can do next with the smart plans since we have now created or completed the Kelle guide. And that's really it for this lesson. Now, if you had a little bit of problems, or if you couldn't follow along at the same speed, the great thing about these lessons are they're all video based, so you can rewind and rewatch and put on pause as you guys are completing this on your own as well too. In addition to that, if you do again have any questions, in the course player on the top right, it has the discussion tab. You can click that, add some discussion questions in there, and then your instructor and other people that are taking the course can collaborate with you on those as well. So that's it for the Kelle Guide Smart Plan lesson. And the next lesson will be on more resources so that you can learn more about any of the things that we covered in the settings section of this course. So we'll see you in the next lesson, and talk soon.